Hello, hello. Hello, check.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
A warm welcome to everyone present here. It is an honor to have Dr. Nagendra Swamy here as our guest for today. First, we'll begin with the introduction of Focus Assist. Focus Assist is a unique platform launched recently in Vidyashala to interact with experts, entrepreneurs, and alumni on specific topics to empower young minds and to develop one's personality. IEI is a platform where industry experts are invited to share their knowledge and expertise on their specific fields. We'll have a small video presentation on this. Today's session is about interaction with a medical entrepreneur. We have amidst us Dr. Nagendra Swamy, the founder and chairman of Medisync Health Management Services. He has over 30 years of experience in healthcare management with national and international organizations. He was the former Group Medical Director and Chairman of the Quality Council at Manipal Health Enterprises. He holds MBBS and MD degree in Hospital Administration. He has been awarded the Doctor's Day Award by the Government of Karnataka, Distinguished Alumni by Manipal University, Certificate of Appreciation by Indian Medical Association for supporting medical fraternity. He is the Principal Coordinator of the Federation of Healthcare Associations, Karnataka. He is also the Executive Director of the Academy of Hospital Administration, Bangalore chapter. We are honored to have you here today, sir, and we are eagerly looking forward to your talk. Now we will have the speech by the chief guest, followed by a 10-minute Q&A session.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Good evening. It's my proud privilege and honor to be standing in front of you because I belong to you. One day I was sitting in the same other side of the table to understand various things of this. I passed out SSLC in 1971 in Vidyashala, the same premises where all of you are studying today, or I must admit, fortunate enough to be here. And we did the first year PUC also here. That was the first time the 2-year PUC started, and for some reasons we needed to stop it after the first year. So it was a unique experience of my life. And you will never know the power of Ramakrishna Vidyashala till you step out of it. They say when you have something, you will never know the value of it. Either before getting it or after losing it, you have an immense value for it. And all of you today who are fortunate because your parents chose you to be here, I feel you are extremely lucky in this environment. Today I have gone around seeing what changes have come in 3 decades. Though I have come in the middle sometimes for various activities, I never saw the whole campus as much as I saw it today. ನನ್ನ ಅಕ್ವೆಟಿಕ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದರು, ಅಸ್ಟ್ರಾನಮಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ನೇಚರ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್, ವಾಟ್ ಎ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಸ್. I was speaking to Swamiji with his due blessings. I am taking this talk today because it was his dream that how do we bring the alumni back in connect with their alma mater. Similarly, how to expose the younger minds to the newer happenings outside. If you see all the activities that are started, which are non-curriculum based. Curriculum based is one, your class, your mandatory scoring and this. Some of the things that what you are doing is amazing. They are introducing you to a very nice, wonderful world outside. You should not be alien to that outside world. That's the whole issue what today is the Ramakrishna Vidyashala is trying to do. I saw a long queue of students with a pouch, blue, yellow, standing in a queue and trying to give something in the window. Out of curiosity, I asked, what's this happening? I came to know today you are allowed in a restricted environment, the mobile usage and its advantages and its technology. I think this is very much important for all of us not to become addictive to a technology At the same time, to be informed and aware about what can we do with the technology. Today, living 6 days without a mobile and touching it on the 7th day, 2.5 hours, give you immense power when you go out. You don't need to be the slaves of the mobiles. You can easily live a couple of hours without looking at it because world has much more to offer. And I think these are such initiatives. Like Swamiji said, it's like vaccines. What is vaccine? We are giving a lower dose the bacteria or a virus, or a dead bacteria or a virus, to create an environment within the body as if something has attacked you, and the immunity will develop for you. Today, Vidyashala is trying to give you all possible immunity against what are the possible attacks that you should have when you go out of the Vidyashala compound. I'm so proud, I'm so happy. A new thinking, new way of looking at education is being done. Education is not just books, not the scoring, not A grades, it's much beyond. Being a human is the biggest education. Being well aware of what is happening around us is the best possible human being to be aware. With that small introduction to my feeling towards Vidyashala, and congratulating all of you who are the members of this IEI Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Incubation Cell, a warm and a big congratulations for you, because the world is changing in a galloping way. This is the time I have been told there is 8th standard students, there is 9th, 10th, 11th. It's the time to think, what is innovation? What is that mind can imagine what can be done? In my own jargon, I call AC and BC. The normal before the COVID came, AC and BC, we only understood as after Christ and before Christ. Now the terminology is changed to before COVID and after COVID. This is the new AC and BC. In this AC and BC, the world changed a lot. Last 4 years is a big learning exercise. The time to innovate things, the time to find out. I must tell you, I have been a medical graduate for nearly 30 years in my life, and an administrator in national and international forums for quite a big decades. But what we learned in last 4 years is nothing compared to what we ever learned in our life. It was an unprecedented thing that happened in the world. Forget India, all over the world, the best of the best countries. You know, at the end of the day, who did the best possible management? It's a third world developing country whom everybody looked India down, learned a leaf from India. It all due to the leadership which thought we should take this head on. A vaccine normally takes about 7 to 8 years to come into the public space. 7 to 8 years. When COVID hit, India manufactured self-vaccine because of the innovation of the people who thought they can beat it. Within, I think, if I am correct, 48th day, they put the first protocol out, and the 76th day, we had the first round of the vaccine. We need to clap ourselves. India did. India did something which world didn't believe that India is capable of doing. And that is the minds, the power of the mind, the inquisitiveness and the innovation. The people thought, why 7 years? Why can't I shrink the time and do parallel studies together? And they achieved it. So these are the very strong, tall examples in our life to know the human mind can achieve quite a lot of things. When you have a innovation, means when you think of something to put into your mind and think, why not a possibility of doing this in a different way or a new way or a new thing, you need somebody to support you and incubate the ecosystem which supports. That is the incubation lab you have today. Today you have library, you have computer assessment, you have a 3D machine. Whatever you need, you have a cell which will help you. Now I am trying to touch base something on what is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, according to me, is a huge responsibility. You are going to take on your shoulders. It's not like employment. I have been an employee. I was the president of a biggest group today in India, and I was the group chairman for something. But all that, I was working for somebody else. When I am an entrepreneur, you start your own thing. When you are your own thing, you have a responsibility for the outcome, and you have the moral responsibility for the people who trust you and work for you. You need to take care of them. So entrepreneurship is not just making money. All cannot be the Steve Jobs or other great people who have made billions. But they also started in humble garages. Today, whether it's an Apple computer or a thing, didn't start as Apple itself. The question is, it's a journey. It's not a destination. Please mark that words. Entrepreneurship is a journey, not a destination. You need to continuously evolve. You will have competition. You need to face them in the competition. You need to make the change to what you originally thought this plan will work. You need to change that as the market progress. Something new comes up, then you cannot hold on to the old thoughts. So in this journey of entrepreneurship, there are 3-4 important things that I, as an entrepreneur, would like to share it with you. One is, have a clear vision of your thought. What I want to achieve by doing this. How does it change the society, or whom it will benefit? Will it only benefit my pocket, or will it only benefit the others in the society? Have a clear vision. What is it that I want to bring out or cultivate? It may be a simple process change, whether it will reduce the time, whether it will give a quick turnaround time. All these are all important issues. So have your dashboard, whiteboard, put your thoughts very clearly. Why I want to do it? What are the advantages? What are the challenges? We call this in management jargon as a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis means strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. SWOT. All of you, some of you must know. Strength means, what is the strength of this project? How will this help us? Opportunity means, how big is the opportunity? Am I just going to help 50 people, 500 people, or 5 million people? What is the threat? What else can come as an obstacle to me in my journey? So, opportunity. Weakness means you need to know what is the weak point in my journey against which I should be protected. Have your dashboard, have your SWOT analysis on your thought process. Why I want to do it, what I will achieve by it, when it is going to be, what are the things. After achieving this, nothing can be done by one man. Believe me, you need a team. A team, what you identify, the people who believe in the same thought process should come together to support you. So try and identify. It's like if you take a project in the class, You need a project member who also participates and add value to you. If he doesn't add value to your project, you have to carry the project on your own shoulder. Probably you will not be given other input to you. So identify the team. Then be open to the changes. Don't have a fixed idea. No, I will run only like this. You should be able to accommodate the changes that happens in the journey of the entrepreneurship. That's very, very important. On that exercise, I also want to tell you one more important issue in entrepreneurship is a role of the money in the entrepreneurship, the monetary side of it. It's very, very important for all of us to know money plays a big change, because to do some exercises you require money. It could be your own money or somebody supporting you, what we call as incubators, what we call as startups, where the people will come and give you money to try out your things. There are many commercial things. I think it is too early for you to get into this, whether I should take a equity money or I should go for a debt. It's all separate. But all I want to tell you is money is an important issue. As much as possible, be prudent. You see, when you start some projects, somebody who trusts in you will give you a lump sum money. You should be very responsible how you are going to spend that money, how you are accountable to that money. The moment the money comes, don't think, I have money now, I will blow it out. The journey won't last. You require that money for your rainy day. Now I'm going to tell a short story of what I am doing, why I am doing, what made me to do this. For 60 years of my life, I was an employee. I was part of the healthcare administration. That means managing chain of corporate hospitals. When you have the word corporate hospitals, please understand, every small hospital is also a corporate hospital because you work for profitability there. You want the investors to make money, you want the doctors to make money. But unfortunately, today what's happening is, due to the lot of advances in the healthcare, lot of investment, healthcare is a big capital investment industry. That means to build a hospital today, one bed will cost almost 1 crore rupee. If we have to build a state of hospital of 100 beds, 100 crore rupees is the value. But we can have a smaller hospital even at 30-35 lakhs. But the question is, we have to find out which area we need to play with. When there is a capital intensive any industry, human capital is another big thing. In healthcare, human capital is equivalent to money itself, because you need so many doctors, you need so many nurses, you need so many paramedical people. The MD hospital administration or MHA hospital administration for non-medical people started in the world. So that today in medical service, how do we manage the public money? So many crores of rupees are going to the government hospitals. It's being managed by somebody who doesn't know how the hospital works. The line because of the health. When ends up giving after putting 30 years of my life in the corporate life, I became the president of Private Hospital Association of Karnataka. Incidentally, we have many major private associations, registered medical associations, about 7, which has got about 6,000 hospitals as their thing. Most of these hospitals are run by doctors. Whenever I go to the meeting, I used to hear from my doctor colleagues, sir, we own our own hospital, we husband and wife are the partners. Why is it our hospital is not having such a big name or a occupancy like Apollo, Manipal, or 4 small hospitals are not able to insurance. They have corporate insurance. It is the middle class. 38% of Indian population is middle class. Some of them can't afford the corporate hospitals. That made me think, why not I start a knowledge platform of all the subject matter experts in a platform and support these smaller hospitals to run in a professional way. Like Apollo, Manipal or Fortis have a CEO, CFO, HR head, marketing head. Each one of them, they pay lakhs of rupees as a salary. But smaller hospitals cannot afford to pay this kind. So I created a knowledge platform. So I hired the best of people from Apollo, Fortis, Manipal, and put them on the top. I told them, now instead of earning from one hospital, you will earn from 20 hospitals. They will pay small amount. They won't be able to pay us like a big entity. But when you add all these 20 hospitals, your salary will be much more than what you would have got from one single hospital. Many of the people who trusted me believed and joined me. We put a team and did. At the starting, I never had any inclination that I want to become an entrepreneur, to have a chain of hospital. My experiment was to help the small group of friends who had approached me, why is it my hospital not doing well? So if I ask him, you hire a CEO, his bill will go up, he will never do that. So instead of him hiring, I hired and I gave them. Seeing this, the Sikova Capital, which is a very leading international fund for startups, came and approached me. They told, doctor, whatever problem you are trying to solve, this problem is not for India, it is across the Asian world, whether you go to Malaysia, whether you go to Bangladesh, whether you go to thing, all countries have this middle class not affording. They are pushed to the corporate hospital to pay a huge bill. Then they came and funded me substantially to develop this model. Along this, we also developed a lot of technology. Much before the COVID came, we started telemedicine. We started appointment system by just a touch-up button on your phone. You don't need to call anybody. All the hospitals' appointment list is available. All that small innovation stuff. We started our company on September 18 September. That's the time I took a forcible retirement from Manipal and moved into entrepreneurship into this. As luck would have it, by December, COVID hit the world, and on March 21st, 2019, lockdown happened in India. Complete lockdown. All businesses came to a standstill. People started going elsewhere. Hospital needed no management tricks because patients were rushing themselves to the hospital. So my company, what is called as Medisync, MEDISYNC, synchronizing various activities of medical field was the thing. That SYNC truly came to SINC, syncing. Because I can't get the business now, because all are getting free business from the COVID patients. What we thought it's a 6 months journey, we got into 2.5 years journey. The COVID continued for 2.5 years. We needed to change lot of our, that's why I told you, we can't start with something and we ended up in something. When we started, we never envisaged there will be a COVID which will wipe away our business management issue. Now we need to adopt our strategy to meet the existing, how to support this hospital to give the COVID care in a better way. we had to change our policy. So it's very important for us to be adaptive to the society, and also when the startups get funding, you get sometimes in crores of rupees. Take this money and run. It becomes a very moral responsibility for you to think, my money I can spend easily. Somebody else's money, I am responsible for 1 penny that is given. And it should be rightfully spent. So today we have about 12 hospitals, about 1,100 beds across Bangalore, Mysuru, Chennai, and Visakhapatnam. We are trying to put things together. This is post-COVID. Last 6 months, our business has come up now quickly. So we are trying to catch up what we lost in the... So it gave me a lot of learning in this journey, that nothing is fixed in life. You need to have an open mind about the things. You need to have a team which will trust you and support you. And the people who stood with me from that day till today, they are in my company working with me. That's a happier notion because they also think. But fortunate for me, I maintained everybody throughout 2.5 years without 1 penny cut in their salary. I paid them everybody completely and made sure their families did not suffer. Many times me and my wife used to have a lot of arguments. Her question was, why at this age you have to take this responsibility and take this thing? I used to tell her, listen, God has been kind to me. I don't need money to make my living now. But 40 others who are working for me, their life is running because of this company. These 40 people are serving 40,000 people. A surgery which was costing 1.5 lakhs earlier, I do it in 60,000 rupees today. Almost 50% down. Same quality results, same thing in a smaller setup because they don't have overheads. That's why I'm able to do it in 60,000 rupees. So a lot of middle class people are enjoying the benefits. I said, for me it is easy to close a company or run away from that. But there are so many lives who are going to be affected. That is why it's important, I told you to take that vision statement. Whom are you going to serve? How it will benefit whether it is society or a particular group which are suffering from the business or anything. Most of you also have a family concern. I know in my batch, 40 to 50% of the people had their own industry. One was from a film industry, the C.N. Chandru who died. They are the biggest film producers of Canada. He was my classmate here. Some of them are big coffee estate owners. Some of them had good industries of them. They all went and took their own family business into their hand. But my question is, unless you have an entrepreneurial journey, entrepreneurial understanding when you take the family business into a hand, you can't move forward. You can't do the changes with the society because with what vision your father, your grandfather had started, that business may not be relevant in today's world. You need to change according to like how Vidyashala today accepted to bring all different things as a vaccination to you. You need to now look at how to vaccinate your industries. Some of you definitely have a scientific mind. You would have thought something in your lifetime disturbed you, worried you, or you saw somebody, it must be bothering you. How come this silly thing doesn't have an answer? What do I do to find an answer for this? Please put on your thinking hat, put all the options what you can do. You have a beautiful center to experiment. We are also thinking for any of the particular subject matter things, we can create a what you call mentorship. For some of you, suppose I am in the healthcare, somebody is in a construction, somebody is in a different field. We can put a mentors who can come and support you in your favorite subject or a project, what you want to do. With this, I want this to be a more interactive session. I want you guys to shoot me what you feel like. Don't feel anything is silly. Anything is anything that bothers you or anything in this entrepreneurship or innovation troubles you, or you feel how to serve. Now, don't think it's a question and answer, it's an interactive. Maybe I will learn quite a bit from you. Let's. Anybody? Anything in? Yes, please.
Thank you for your valuable points, sir. Myself, Nishal of 10th A. So I have two questions for you today.
What class are you in?
10th.
Good. Tell me.
What kind of services did you provide? Like which doctors? Like were they pediatrician or any specific thing or in general?
See, we do take. Just to tell you, in healthcare there are 3 aspects. 4 aspects, like preventive means preventing a disease coming. Next is curative means treating a patient to cure, like operation, appendix, you cut, you do. Next is promotive, means somebody has a diabetes, but you can't cure diabetes, but you can make him lead a healthy life. That is promotive thing. Last is rehabilitative, means somebody has gone through some illness, how to bring him back to the primary quality life for him. These are the 4 aspects of the healthcare. Similarly, there is a primary care, secondary care, tertiary and quaternary care. Primary care means outpatient clinic. Like you have a cough and cold, you go to a doctor, clinic and sees, that's a primary care. For example, in Vidyashala, we have a clinic next to the dormitory and the last behind the correspondence room. That was the time it was. They told me today, even now there is a clinic. So that, yes, that is where we go and we used to say, that's a clinic, primary care. Secondary care means small things which can be done in a smaller setup. I told you, 35 lakhs a bed, one operation theatre, one this thing. Normal delivery, how do we do normal delivery? Delivery is not a disease. Delivery is a common human physiological section. Woman has to deliver. Every animal delivers. Today, delivery has become a big business to give some comfort to the people. Now, next is tertiary care. Tertiary care means your heart, brain, and the lung, anything, heart attack, cancer, brain. Quaternary means your transplant, lung transplant, kidney transplant, all transplants come in the quaternary care of it. Medisync takes care of the secondary care and tertiary care hospitals. What we do is, when we take a hospital which is suffering, means which is not doing very well, we go and identify the gaps in that hospital. Why is this hospital not doing? Is it infrastructure lacking? Is it manpower? Is it a doctor lacking? Or a training lacking? So we go, we have a doctor specialist, we have a marketing specialist, so all of them come together and we change the process in that hospital and increase the occupancy of that hospital. That's the service.
Sir, then how did you reach out to the public?
How do I reach out to?
Like how
There are 2 issues. One is what we say as B2B and B2C. B2B is business to business. That means a hospital owner to know that a company like this exists and it helps in doing. There are about 45,000 such hospitals in India. India has got doctor-run secondary care hospitals between 50 bed and 150 bed, 45,000 hospitals. How do we reach them? One is through the what you call word of mouth. Somebody who has got our services will spread the word that. Then we reach out through the marketing. We have a marketing team which will go to the cities and identify which hospital might require our service, and we pitch them. The only beautiful thing about my company is we are not a consulting agency. We don't give advice and go away. Our skin is in the game. My money, how I have structured my fees is, I get a fee only if the hospital makes money or saves money. If the hospital doesn't make the money or hospital doesn't save the money, I will do it free of cost for them. That's why the hospital owners feel, I will give him money only if I make money. I will give him money only if I save money. If I put the manpower, they will only reimburse the manpower cost. So mine is a skin in the game. You will find many consultancy agencies, they give advice and go away. After that, to implement that advice is your responsibility. If you fail, they say you failed. I don't do that. I will give the advice and I will implement the advice. Thank you. Yes.
Namaste sir, I am Anmol from 2nd PUC. My question is how did your expertise in medicine benefit you in the field of administration and running a company?
Very interesting. By learning the basic MBBS, I learned the human life and the illness, how to treat. When I did my MD hospital administration, which is the first time dedicated course open for the doctors only. There are two types of post-graduation. One is MHA, Master in Health Administration. Anybody can, even a BSc graduate can do that. Whereas MD in Hospital Administration is a dedicated course open only for MBBS graduates. So I went, in 1993 I graduated from that, very long back actually. So it gave me an input. Suppose a non-medical man, if he is the head of the hospital, if you go and tell him, sir, there is a hospital infection coming up, there is a filter in the OT, the OT filter has to be changed, operation theatre filters, air filters have to be changed every 6 months, and it's going to cost so much. So for a non-medical person, it may not hit it so strongly like a medical person. He will immediately say, hey Baba, one filter is 1 lakh rupee, you are asking me to change this filter, can we run 2 more months and see whether it will run? Whereas if it is a doctor who understood the infection, who understood how it will affect the patient's life and the economy of the patient, will have a more understanding. The second thing I'll tell you, like any other field, I shouldn't say any other field, especially doctors, they are very egoistic because they think they deal with human life. Who deals with human life? Only according to me, the God. So somebody intermediary like a doctor who can save a life, somehow he thinks, I am substitute of a God or equivalent to the God. That I am able to change the life, I am able to give a life, or many a times I can kill a life. That's also possible. If you don't give a right treatment, you are killing a people. This demigod situation in the doctor's mind gives him a unparalleled ego in him. Very few people overcome this ego with them. When we have this ego system, if any administrator goes to talk to them, the first thing is, what do you know about human life here? Like there is a plastic surgeon, there is a heart surgeon. If you go and tell him, sir, we can do like this, it will give a better result, he'll say, what do you know about my field? I'm the boss, I have learned. But when I go with the MBBS and the thing, I will say how you are how you are master in your heart. I am master in hospital administration, so you should give me the equal respect on that. So dealing with the doctors became much easier for me to convince them on chain management. The chain management is the most difficult thing in any organization, whether not just healthcare. So that was very helpful in managing the manpower in this.
Hello, good evening, sir. My name is Omkar and I'm from 9th grade. So if this was a new idea, so you would have already obviously faced many challenges. So how did you overcome these challenges? Because no one had an idea about this and you didn't know who to consult about those problems. So how did you overcome?
Now the question is, many of the things you learn on your way then. That's why I told you need to have adaptability. One of the things that biggest challenge was getting money from these hospitals. Because these hospitals collect the money from the patient. They have to, suppose he is doing 50 lakhs a month. I take him to 75 lakhs a month. So 25 lakhs is the incremental revenue. I am supposed to get 10% of this 25 lakhs. To collect that money, I never thought the doctors will make me run around them, going like a creditor or a thing, sir, my money is due, my money is due. That's a learning process I have to learn. Then some people used you for the first year, then suddenly dropped you because they reached a position. They didn't need you. Then I have to bring in a breakup fee. If you break me up before my contract is over, you have to give me a thing. So many of the challenges you don't envisage in the beginning of the journey. As the journey starts, you will learn from your mistakes and you will learn from some others' mistakes. Thank you.
Hello, sir. I'm Satvik Mahadev from 8B. So my question is that, so you in the corona time had many disadvantages because the people ran into the private hospitals, which were big hospitals. But even though after the corona time, you made surgeries that cost 1,10,000 rupees for the people, but made it possible for 60,000. How did you gain profit or how did you manage?
No, the question is, first is little correction to you. In corona time, except for emergency, no other surgeries happen. In surgery, we call as elective surgeries and emergency. Emergency means you are going and you are falling down, you fall down, your leg breaks. Then it's an emergency. Whereas there is a knee pain, it will take about 5 years. You can wait. That's an elective surgery. No elective surgery came to hospitals. The only emergency services which came was either heart issues, cancer issues, or the things. In those surgeries, because our overheads are less, because we don't have for every hospital one CEO, one nursing head, we are giving from central for a fraction of a cost. That's why we were able to do it at a lesser price. We still maintain the same, if not 18%, at least 15% margin we maintain in that. Okay.
Namaste sir, my name is Pritham. So my question is that you told you did some changes in the business model when the COVID came up. So what were the changes? What was the initial business model and what was after the COVID?
Okay, initial business model was only to take this incremental revenue. That's a very important question. We call it as pivoting in startup. Pivoting means we start with the idea and we pivot it to somebody. Earlier, I used to only do the incremental revenue thing. Now I realized incremental revenue, the revenue does not sit on my book. So when the investor go for a valuation, they will look at only incremental revenue. I'll give you an example. A hospital is doing 50 lakhs. I take it to 75 lakhs. I get 10% of the 25 lakhs, which is 2.5 lakhs. Correct? My book will show only 2.5 lakhs as my business. Okay? When an investor comes, he looks at only the 2.5 as an issue. Now, if I go for a lease rental model, Suppose I take your hospital on a lease rental, your entire 75 lakhs sits on my book. Instead of 2.5 lakhs, my book, it shows 75 lakhs. The business is same, everything is same. Today, out of the 11 hospitals that I am maintaining, I am controlling 13 crores of business per month. Okay? But my book will show only 25 lakhs to 30 lakhs a month. Suppose if I take 3 hospitals on a lease rental, my book will be 4 crores a month. So, that's the change that we did.
So, excuse me, sir. Myself, Sachidanand, I'm studying in first PU. So, my question is, there is a lot of talk going around about the downfall of many professions because of the technology and AI coming up. So, I want to ask you, as you are from medical background and you're experienced in it, so what do you think that how AI and technology would affect the medical field?
Very, very, very important and valid question, because the AI is a very disruptive technology which has come in. But according to me, AI can give you an answer only when so many people go through that AI. If 100 people go through the AI, its answer will be limited to only 100 people. If 10,000 people go to AI, its knowledge base improves, it gives. To that question, I feel AI will be a complementary thing to the doctors. Today, if I have a difficult diagnosis, I put it in a chart GPT or a thing on a new, I will get the disease which did not come to my mind. At least that way AI is helping. Coming to technology, nothing can replace a doctor. Be assured about it. Today we have robotics. Robotic arm is cutting. I am sitting in Bangalore and doing a surgery in New York. No doubt. The robotic arm is cutting in New York, but the surgeon is sitting in Bangalore. So surgeon is not replaced. He is holding the joystick like your PlayStation and playing that on the computer here where the activity takes place there. This technology did what now? It made exclusive specialists somewhere in the world to be available somewhere else without physically moving. That way, it cannot go away from the human touch. Even today, the doctors or a medical field is more of a empathy and a human relationship. It's a trust-based thing. They say in old days, if you trust your doctor, half your diseases are gone. Still today it varies. If you have a doubt on a doctor, no matter what he gives, you will go to Google and search whether he has given a right thing or not. Thank you for that question.
Good evening, sir. My name is Rochak and I am from 10th, sir. So my question is...
you have to speak louder.
So my name is Rochak, sir. I am from class 10, sir. So in general, whenever you start any type of entrepreneurial activity, sir, so what is the basic understanding you must have in your mind?
There are two types. You need to look at the market availability and need for this service. You need to do some, what I call as a dummy business case. See, how many people I will reach. If I put this much of service charges, what do I get for this? So to earn return on investment, how many people I should reach? How I will reach? That's the only way that you can do the business case. Every business has to have some roadmap. This year I will do 10, next year I will do 20. So you go on mathematically calculating. Luckily for us today, there are very programs. You put the basic assumptions, it will give you a scenario. What will be your business 3 years down the line? Okay? Thank you very much. Thanks for your opportunity that was given to me. And truly wish you all the best. All those 10th and 11th people who are going out, you will enjoy what Vidyashala gave you when you enter the big world outside. Okay? Thank you. Bye.
Now there will be a small video about Sir's various achievements and his contributions to society.
Last decade, there has been a quantum change the way the health. Last decade, there has been a quantum change the way the healthcare is viewed in India. Patient rights, responsibility, and safety are three important parts of the healthcare delivery system. Irrespective of which kind of healthcare provider you go, patient should know what is his rights. Promotive care. That means a person has a disease, how do we still give him a healthy life management? Next is curative care, like absolute treatment.
Good evening, everyone. Now I'm here to present the vote of thanks. Firstly, I would like to thank our speaker for today, Dr. Nagendra sir, for his wonderful insights about innovation and the power of our mind. He talked about India's poverty situation and how we should properly utilize our money. Also gave us various insights about his company and how about his journey and how he made it a success. I thank you, sir, for your wonderful and informative talk. Now I request Swamiji to give sir a small token of our appreciation. I also thank his friends for accompanying him. Do accept our token of appreciation. Secondly, I would like to thank Swami Mahipalanji for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Swamiji. I would also like to thank all the volunteers for making this program a success. Thank you. And lastly, I would thank all my dear friends for listening to this very informative speech attentively and participating in it. Thank you, my dear friends. Now we will end this program with the Shanti Mantra.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।